Tomorrow I'm going to Florida. I have a wedding there and I'm gonna see my boyfriend. We date long distance and last time we saw each other was December 2024 for Christmas. Now it's spring break. It's not spring break in Brazil. I'm just missing class. But it's for a very special reason. And I'm currently packing. I'm going only with a carry-on for 7 days, which shouldn't be hard, but it is. Because I just want to bring my whole closet and do cute outfits. It's been so long that I don't record anything. The week before Miami was insane because I had so many things from college and work to figure it out before flying to Miami. And then when we were in Miami, I was planning on recording vlogs, but honestly, it's something that is still so new for me and I don't feel 100% comfortable yet recording in public. And then the week after I came back, I was really sick. Like, I'm still a little bit sick. I don't know if you can tell. The trip was not to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. We were really there for the wedding, but since we were already flying, like, let's just stay for a week. And it ended up being the perfect week because it was very close to our 1-year anniversary. So it was really nice that we could spend time together in person. Last time I went to Miami, I was like 5 years old. So I didn't remember anything. Yeah, like anything at all. I was 5. And when I travel, what I really like to do is just like going to coffee shops, parks. I really like parks. I really like museums. Unfortunately, we didn't go to any museums because we were kind of like doing a low budget trip. Miami is not very low budget. When I travel, like, that's usually what I like to do. I don't usually do a lot of like the touristy stuff. When I went to New York, for example, I didn't see the Statue of Liberty. I just went to all the different coffee shops I could find, and that was pretty much what we did in Miami. Day 1 we got there, I still had a little bit of work to do, so we went to a coffee shop called Maman. Maman is like my favorite coffee shop of all times. I first went there when I was in New York and I completely fell in love. I just love the whole vibe. I love their drinks. They have a honey lavender iced latte that I'm completely obsessed with. Since we found out we were having this trip to Miami, I was very excited to go to Maman because I knew they had it in Florida. So it was our first stop. What we had in Maman was so good. Because I go to a coffee shop expecting the aesthetics. Like, obviously I go for the food and for the coffee, but like, I know the aesthetic plays part in it. If I just needed to eat, I could go anywhere else. But my boyfriend really liked what we had. So I think that's a sign that is actually good. If you don't know, because I didn't know, you have to pay to get in to see the walls. My personal thought and opinion is that there's no need to pay to get into the museum area. There is very nice art and there's also like art galleries inside. It's not only the walls, but I think it's a little bit small. I don't know, I think we were there for like 30 minutes. Honestly, like, I don't really think it's worth it. In the neighborhood itself, there's already like very pretty and very like cool graffitis. After Wynwood, we went to Maman again because I don't even know. My boyfriend wanted water because he's a water person. I'm a coffee person. My mindset was just like, I don't have this coffee shop in Brazil and it's one of my favorite coffee shops ever. So as many times as I can, I'll go in and get something from there. design district was definitely one of my favorite things. At least I loved walking around that area, going into the stores and looking at the architecture, all of that. I used to like fashion so much. I still love fashion, but I started to appreciate the architecture more. So I love going into like a concept store and just notice like the details of how they communicate the brand in the interior design kind of thing. I feel like appreciating fashion and appreciating architecture is very different in a way that architecture you can only consume with your eyes, but with fashion I think it's so easy for us to go to a place of consuming fashion by buying it. If I look at a flagship store and I think that's beautiful, I cannot buy that. There's no need for that overconsumption. Like, you cannot buy architecture. Also, I got something. Me and my boyfriend, we got something in the design district for free. Within graphic design, one of the areas I love is editorial design. Is the way you distribute the text, photos to fit into one page in a way that is interesting. So whenever I see a magazine and I like their editorial design, I always want to get it. I think they have really cool pages that I can like get inspiration from.
What? Wow, so what do we do? Hi guys.
I had some stuff to do, like work related stuff. So the original plan was to go to a coffee shop and work there the whole day. But I also wanted to get to know some other coffee shops. So what Tyson suggested was to do like a coffee tour and go to 3 or 4 different coffee shops. We got to the first coffee shop. I had my computer and there was a sign like no laptops. That didn't bother me at first because I was like, you know what, like it's okay, we can just have breakfast here and then just go to the other coffee shops to work. So we had breakfast, we left, and then I was talking to Tyson like, what if the other coffee shops that we were planning to go also don't take laptops in? So I was like, you know what, let's just go to Mama again because we know that you can bring your laptop to work there. So we went to one of like the closest locations and guess what? They were closed because they were having a private event. At this point, I was already like, okay, the first coffee shop, we couldn't work there because they don't accept laptops. The second one, that wasn't even like our plan. Mama was already me trying to adapt to the whole situation, and then they're closed for a private event, and I checked, they didn't post anything about it, so there was no way I could have known that they were closed. And then we were like, okay, they have another location that is very close from where we are, so let's just go to this other location. We got there and the Wi-Fi was not working and like I couldn't really work. I was very like frustrated because the day didn't go as we planned and I had such high expectations about doing a coffee tour, getting to know all the coffee shops I wanted. It was supposed to be so fun and light and everything was going wrong and like not as planned. So I was definitely more like introverted. I don't even have lots of videos from Thursday because I was like not feeling it at all. Thursday was the day that we planned to get me a new phone because on Friday we had the wedding and then like Saturday was basically our last day there. After the whole coffee shop thing didn't work out, we just went to Apple store. I really like tried with everything I had inside of me to like not let the day be ruined, and I think it ended up like working out. Like I was a little bit more introverted when I was getting my phone, like not as excited as you're supposed to be when you're getting a new phone. But then we went to have Shake Shack. That made me excited. Shake Shack, you know, just like finding joy in the simple things. We had a like nice end of the day. I really learned from it. Still very hard, and I'm still like trying to figure it out how to deal with like expectations and frustrations. first time saying something to the camera.
No, because we did the Lunchable.
The Lunchable. Yeah, but that was for you.
First thing for Rebecca.
Yeah. I got coffee iced latte with pistachio and dates cold foam. $10. It's almost your meal. Because yours was like 13.
I've already ate half of this. But this whole entire burrito costs the same amount as that pretty drink.
It was $3.
$3 difference.
But it has pistachio milk.
And mine doesn't. And this isn't as pretty.
Yes. On Saturday, we ended up going to a church conference. Super last minute. We bought the tickets like Friday midnight. It was so needed. This conference, I had no expectations. Because I had no expectations, it was very good that like there was room for God to not only meet my expectations, but exceed them, because I was not expecting anything. You should have expectations. You should be excited for things. You should be excited for what the Lord is gonna do. But don't let those expectations become so high that when one thing doesn't turn out the way you wanted or planned or dreamed of or expected, you get frustrated, and then you cannot see everything else that you didn't plan, didn't expect, but still worked out, and you still like really liked it or enjoyed. When you don't have expectations, there's so much room for God to surprise you. I think that was like the place I was at by the end of the trip, just letting God surprise me with like small things that he wanted to.